Hey everybody, welcome to English 1101. I'm Dr. Pfeiffer. I'll be your instructor for this semester for our online course, Fall 2019. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here in this introductory video taking a look at our syllabus, going over some of the policies, trying to make things clear, as clear as possible to get us all off on the right foot for the semester. And then I'll open up Module 1 starting on Sunday, the first day of classes, and you can sort of move through as we see fit. So hopefully this clarifies a few things, and I will ask you to submit a verification that you have read and understand the syllabus as part of your first module work for this semester. So, welcome. This is English 1101, as I said. My office hours, as you can see, are in the Arts and Sciences building, G110S. That is downstairs in the Arts and Sciences suite. Here's my office phone number. My office hours on campus will be Tuesdays and Thursdays in between two classes, so that's why it's weird, 11:10 to 12:40. I know that seems a little bit strange, but that's 5 minutes on either side in between my two classes. So if you're on campus and you want to come see me, I'll be there. And then on Wednesdays, I'll be at home from 11 to 2 in front of my computer, so I'll be able to respond right away. My email is robertpfeiffer@clayton.edu. That's the best way to get in touch with me. Everyone always says this, but I'll say it anyway. Please remember to only send me an email from your Clayton State email account. It is illegal because of FERPA for me to respond to any email that is not a clayton.edu email account because it cannot be verified that it's actually you, and so there's privacy issues there. Check your email constantly. This is an online class, and so as a reminder to you and to me, we need to be very aware of being online as much as possible and being available for one another. The course description, as you can see, it's a 3-hour credit course. Focuses on skills required for effective writing in a variety of contexts, with an emphasis on exploration, analysis, and argumentation, and also an introductory use of a variety of research skills. You need a C or better in this class to move on to 1102. Essentially, we're going to be looking at improving our close reading and improving our writing in a number of ways. We'll take a look at some of the assignments that you can expect in just a moment when we get down towards the grading and everything like that. I'll leave the course outcomes for you to look at on your own. Again, you're responsible for everything in this syllabus. So syllabus, I know this is 1101. Some of you are dual enrolled. Some of you are freshmen. Some of you are sophomores, whatever it might be. But for what it's worth, the syllabus is a contract between you and me that says that if you accept this syllabus, you agree to the terms and conditions therein. So, excuse me. Also, ignore this. I don't know why that says 1102. This is 1101, so I apologize for that. In any event, you have one required text, and let me get that out of my bag right now. It's this Connections book. This is the brand new one. You can only get it from Clayton State. It has to be the 9th edition. Okay, it can't be a previous edition. I know we do a new one of these pretty much every year, but you'll use it for 1101 and 1102, and all of the readings are different. So if you have a friend or a brother or sister who's taken first year writing at Clayton State before and they have a Connections book, I'm sorry, but it's not going to work because most of the stuff you'll be required to read is not in those texts. So I recommend an Easy Writer or a handbook as long as it's up to date. But I'm not going to require it because, quite frankly, most of that information is available online. The difficult part is finding out whether or not what you find online is trustworthy. So I recommend it, but I'm not going to require it because I know they're not cheap. But if you get one, you'll use it your whole career. So again, I highly recommend it, but that's up to you. In addition to your books, you're going to have to be able to print or photocopy if you need to for an online class. That's not required. You need a functioning CSU email account. You need to be able to have functioning internet service. You need to be able to use word processing documents, Outlook, and email. You need to be able to log into D2L, which is the online classroom. And I'm sure if you register for an online class, you're aware of that. But we will be using D2L as our LMS for the semester. That's where all of the module work will be, and where you will submit your papers and everything like that. The portfolio, you'll be hearing a lot about this, but very briefly, we have an electronic portfolio at Clayton State University. And so we're doing it differently this year. So for 1101 and 1102, for each of the first year writing classes, what you'll do is you'll accumulate what you think are your 3 best samples of writing in these particular genres and upload them to a web space, which we have reserved for you in the most professional and effective way that you can. Again, that is something we'll spend a lot of time talking about. So don't worry about it too much now. Just know that it's something you're going to have to do. It's work you would do for this class anyway, and that collected e-portfolio, as you can see, is going to be 30% of your final grade. The rest of the coursework, you'll have some shorter writing assignments. I think 3. 1, 2, 3. I think 3. And they will be about 300 words each. That will make up 20% of your grade. Your 3 longer essays will make up 40% of your grade. Those essays I'll show you in just a minute, but you'll get proper assignment sheets and everything like that. And then participation, classwork, peer review, things like that. You're logging in, you're participating in discussion forums, the peer review sessions, which we do online. All of those things will make up 10% of your final grade. And I, like everyone else at Clayton State, I hope, uses a 10-point grading scale. So everything between a 90 and 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, etc. Please look over these course policies very carefully and make sure you understand them. Late work, I'm going to highlight the salient points here. I accept late work within 1 week of its being due with a letter grade per day penalty. So if it is due on Saturday at midnight and you hand it in Sunday morning, the best grade you can get is a B. If you hand it in Monday, the best grade you could get is a C, on down the line for a week until it becomes a 0. You still have to do the work to pass the class, though. You'll submit all of your essays via Dropbox and D2L. They must be readable, so they have to be in Word, which is free to you as a Clayton State student, so go to the hub if you don't have it, or PDF format. This submits them through Turnitin, which is the academic misconduct plagiarism checker. As you can see, I've bolded this. If it's determined by me that you have intentionally plagiarized any assignment this semester, you will receive a 0 for the assignment and may fail the course depending upon the severity of your infraction. So there will be more of that to come. Accidentally forgetting a citation is one thing. Copying and pasting an essay from the internet is something else entirely. So the severity of the penalty will be determined by the severity of the infraction. If you have any questions about your grades, I try to be as thorough as I can, but online that can be even more difficult than in face-to-face classes. Email me and I'll clarify as best I can. As far as communicating with one another, I expect you to be, check in on the class several times a week. I know that you're taking the class online probably because you have a very busy schedule, as do I, and so we'll just do the best I can. I will do my best to let you know if you need to be engaged more. Certainly, if there are discussion forums or requirements for each module, you need to participate. Each module, this is important, corresponds with a week on the calendar. So Module 1 will be the first week of the semester. So everything that is due, every writing assignment or peer review or whatever it's going to be, will have a specific due date, but everything, discussion posts, things like that, are due by midnight on the Saturday of the week. So at the end of the actual week at midnight, that's when everything is due. I'll post the due dates for the written assignments in the calendar in D2L, but I'm not going to post, I'm not just going to go down every Saturday at midnight and say discussions due, etc. That's up to you. Let me know if there are any extenuating circumstances, if you fall ill, if you have family issues, things like that, and we'll work together to make sure you are successful. Discussion posts are something that if you have taken online classes before, you have seen people sort of sneak their way through them, and they reply with things like, oh, I agree, and they expect that to count. And that doesn't count in my class. Your discussion posts need to prove at a minimum that you have done the reading carefully and that you have thought critically about it. Your responses need to do the same. They cannot just be, I agree, and I totally recognize that too. You need to be more critical and more substantive. Since we're an online class, we don't really need to worry about HB 280 or campus carry. Here's your information about the midterm grades. I'll let you know how you're doing. The Writer Studios in the Arts and Sciences building, it's a great service for you. It's free. They do online tutoring as well, so check it out. If you have any special needs, please let me know. If you have a visual impairment that makes online classes perhaps more difficult, we'll figure something out. So please let me know at your earliest opportunity whether or not you have any special needs for this class. I've got a whole bunch of helpful links here, and then you can take a look at the coursework on your own. Like I said, I'll give you assignments for each thing, for each short writing assignment as well as for longer writing assignments. The 3 major essays, one will be a personal narrative. We're going to do a whole unit on Hamilton, the hip-hop musical. So you'll do an analysis or an analytical essay about Hamilton as well. And then the final essay will be a researched explanatory essay. All of these things will be made clear as we move forward, but those will be your 3 major essays. And by major essays, I mean somewhere between a minimum of 750 or a minimum of 1,000 words. I'm not quite sure for each of the assignments yet. But you have a list of other important dates for the semesters, like no-shows. The no-show deadline for our class, for instance, means that you have to have responded to a discussion post. It can't just be that you have logged in. You need to have contributed something substantive to the course. And so that's it for this semester. So please do read this carefully and then participate in the discussion forum. Go through Module 1 as you see, but the first thing you need to do is read the syllabus. And if you agree to all of my policies and things look okay, please participate in the discussion forum and indicate that you have done so. And that's it. I look forward to a great semester, everybody, and let's get working.